Hilchas Toen V'Nitan, Perik Sheni. Now in this Perik, the Rambam discusses the dinim of a chashud. First of all, that a chashud doesn't swear any shvua. What makes a person into a chashud, and what happens when there is a chashud that becomes mechuyev shvua? So how do you deal with it? What's his din since he cannot swear? Perik Sheni. Kol chashud ala shvua emashbin eselei shvua satera and v'lei shvua midivreim, but those shvua midivreim, which is a shvua b'nekitas chayfetz, all the shvuas Mishnah. And also, v'lei shvuas heses, even a shvuas heses, which is without a nekitas chayfetz, someone that's a chashud doesn't swear any of these shvuas. Ein mashbin, we don't give him to swear. V'afilu rotza tiveya, ein shemli, the tiveya is maskim, that he would accept this type of a shvua, but lepel, you could not let someone that's a chashud swear, because since he's a chashud al shvua, you can't let him swear a shvua, which the possibility is that it's going to be a shvua sheker. Halacha beis. Echad, now what makes a person a chashud? Echad anishba l'sheker shvuas bitui, a shvuas ha'edus, a shvuas hapikodin, a shvuas shov. If a person swore a shvua, any of the shvuas, which is either sheker or a shvuas bitui, which shvuas bitui means achalti alei achalti or eichel alei eichel, or shvuas ha'edus means that he's making a shvua that he doesn't know the haggadas edus about something. A shvuas hapikodin, he denies having a pikodin, and later on is verified that he did have this pikadon, he did have a certain money, that shvuas pikadon really scale all types of money. In other words, he swears that he doesn't owe money, and then we mavar that he does owe the money. A shvuas shav is a person swears, he didn't swear falsely, but he swore unnecessarily. Either he swore about something which is pasha, that it's al ishu ish, al isha shu isha, al isha she isha, or fakert, he swore al ish she shu isha, or Alisha Shuish. In other words, either he swore something which is obvious and it wasn't necessary for him to swear, or it was something that was obviously not true. So any of these things is called a shvuas shav. So if someone swore a shvuas bitu falsely, a shvuas pikadon falsely, a shvuas edus falsely, or a person swore a shvuas shav, so that person goes into the gather of chashad al shvuah, harehu chashad al shvuah. V'chein kol apostle edus mishum aveira. So someone that's did an avera, which as a result of that it becomes apostle edus, bein paslan shalteira. Someone that's apostle not taking bali ribis over echlin avelis vigazlonim. In order to become apostle leedus minatera, it has to be that you did averis which is chayal zeh malchus. In other words, a person that does stam averis which is not chayav malchus, so it's an isser, it's allowed, but he doesn't become apostle leedus. The person does averis, which on that is chayv echlin avelis, which is chayv malchus on it, so that he becomes apostle minatera. Nachamol v'chein kol apostle leedus mishum avera bein paslon shel teira. So first of all, when he does a bein paslon shel teira, ki gein bali ribis v'echlin avelis v'gazlonim. So bali ribis and gazlonim, since over there he's stealing money, so he also becomes apostle leedus. As you become apostle leedus, either you do an avera which is involved in stealing money, or taking money, in other words, the chshad of money, that's what, because of the type of money you're doing the Avera, and that would be like ribis and gezel, and al derazeh, if you do an Avera, which you're chayv on it malchus, which that would be oichlin avelis, is nachamal, bein paslonu shel teira, can bali ribis, ve'echlin avelis v'gazlonim, or bein paslonu shel divreim, Kigay Masachi Bekuvia, which a person Masachi Bekuvia, so that's like Eina Esig B'Yeshuva Shalelam, or it's Asmachta Likanya, or Mafricha Yenim. Mafricha Yenim is he sends the Yenim away, and those Yenim bring back other Yenim. So it's also a certain form of Gezel. So that's a Psul Midrabanan, is Harehu Chashid Ala Shvuah, and therefore Ve'emash B'Nesik. Is Bekitzer, someone that was a Nishba L'Sheker, any of the types of shvuas, which is either shvuas bitui, or shvuas apikadon, or shvuas edus, or if he was a nishbal hashav, and al derezeh, if he's a apostle edus, either menateira or midrabanan. Apostle edus menateira is someone that did an avera, either gazlonim, or echlin avelis, or people that are malvi beribis, or he's apostle midrabanan, he's mesachki bekuvia, mafricha yenim. All these people are apostle edus, and therefore they're also possible to have a shvuah. They're considered chashud al shvuah. Halacha gimel. Ein adam nasa chashud at sheyavei of edem shuaver averish nifsuba. In order to establish that he's considered a chashud al shvuah, that could only be established through edus. They say either edus say that he swore falsely, or Edus say that he did an Avera, which makes him Pasul Edus, and Memela, as a result of that, he's also Chasher al Shvua. Aval Hamoide Mipiatzmei, Shuhu Chashud, and V'sha'aver Avera Shenifsal Bor, that he was ever in Avera that becomes Pasul Edus, Memela, he's also Chasher al Shvua, is Aval Pisha Choshishin Lei, and therefore, Ve'en Roy Lasese, Eid L'Chatchila, Lepeil, he has, since there was no Edus that he did an Avera, and even if he was made of a Piatzmei, so still he's considered a kosher eid. He's considered a kosher eid, and therefore he has a chiyuv to say eidus. Masha'enkin, if a person goes ahead and needs an aid, and he knows that this person was moided, that he's a apostle aid, that he did something which possible to eidus, so l'chatchila you shouldn't appoint him to be an eidus. A person doesn't become apostle eidus al piatzmei, and therefore he has a din like a regular kosher aid. The chiyuvim of saying eidus is still chal on him. However, a person that was moided, that he's a apostle aid, so you shouldn't go ahead and be maman him as an aid. But Lepel, if he was in this chayiv shvua, and he said that he's a apostle aid, the mamela, according to those words, he would also be chosher al shvua. So then is mashbiyan, I say. If what you're saying is true, in other words, we're telling him, swear that what you're saying is true. We're saying him, im emes at eimer, hishava, v'leim pnei shavarta avera, asul l'chol yishava b'emes. In other words, he can't say, "Listen, I know that I'm an apostle, so therefore I shouldn't be swearing. So therefore I don't want to swear." There's no isser for apostle to swear. You don't let someone that's an established. We made an established that he's apostle. We don't let him swear. But that's not a. He can't time to listen. I know that I'm apostle, and therefore I'm not let us. I don't want to swear. There's no isser to swear. That's what we say to him. If what you're saying is true, you're having a time, and that time that there's a chiv shua on it. Hishava v'leim avera is also l'chol yishava b'emes. V'im sheker at and if what you're saying is false, so then hoida lebaldincha. Aval hanechshad be'edim is ein onu maminu meisi shishava. Someone that is an edim established that he's a chashud because l'mashal he did an avera. Oh, we know that he swore falsely. So then he's taka. We don't accept the shvur. Ein maminu meisi shishava. Masha'ik someone that we don't have edim that said that he swore falsely, and at Elamai he's timing his swear. He swore falsely, so he doesn't have a din chashud, and therefore he has a din that he's mechuyev to swear. Halacha dalit. Takonas chachami shekola mechuyev shvua min atera al tainas vaday im hoye chashud is hareza hativeya nishba v'nivreim v'netel mashetlan. Be'emes is a machlekes. There's a din that when a person has to swear, like the Ram will soon say. Like Ram said earlier, really, when a person has to swear, so if he doesn't swear, he has to pay. If a person is mechuyev to swear, let's say Amoid b'mikzas, or shvua seidachot, or a b'negei pikadon, when a person is mechuyev to swear, and lepeil he doesn't swear, so he has to pay. That's the din. Yer din mechasod. You tell him either pay or swear. Now, what happens if he can't swear? There's a musig of eini yochel lishava. L'mashal, when a person says Amoid b'mikzas, he says someone tines you owe him $100. And he says, 50 I owe you, but the other 50 I don't owe you. So the 50 that he says he owes, he has to pay. The other 50 that he says he doesn't owe, so mitech she'eni yochel yishav, because the gather of the shvua is lahakrish ha'eid, and over here he doesn't know, so he can't be makrish the eid, and therefore mitech she'eni yochel yishav is mishal. So he's mishal. Now, that's the din of a regular din of mitech. Now, what happens if a person is a choshet? So now the reason why he can't swear is not because the situation is that he can't swear. The reason why he can't swear is because lepel we don't let him swear. Because since he's a chashad, so he's not allowed to swear. We don't let him swear. So the question is, do we say the din of mitech? So the Rambam paskins that by a chashad also the din is that we say mitoich. That's the din, that since he cannot swear, so meikra the dinah, since he has a chiyuv shvua and he cannot swear because he's a chashad, so therefore the din is mitech sheni yochel yishav mishalim. So meila meikra the dinah really he should pay. Just the chacham instituted, and rather than him just paying, it should be that the shikanegdi is nishba v'netel, that the person that's tivei is nishba v'netel. Now what happens if the person that's shikanegdi also can't swear, because the shikanegdi is also a chashad, so then it's chayz shvua to the nitva, and lepel he can't swear, so in meila, so then we say mitech sheni yochel yishav mishalim. Whereas if be'etzim he wouldn't have to pay, and the takana would have been that the other person is a nishba v'netel, so now the other person can't be a nishba, so he can't be a neitel. But fakir, be'emes he has to pay. Be'etzem, since he's a chashud and he's ain't a yochel lishava, he has to pay. The Chacham instituted that the other person should connect the nishba v'netel was l'toivas hanitva. That person shouldn't just take it, he should be a nishba v'netel. Now, when could he be a nishba v'netel? If he's not a chashud. If the other person is a chashud, so then the chayzer shvua to the nitva, the shvua is chayzer to the nitva, and then we say, Meter shen yochel l'shava mishal. Halacha dalet. Takonas chachami shekol ha-mechuyev shvua min ha-teira al tainas vaday. If the tuvei is a tainas vaday, as opposed to the din of we'll soon see b'negei al-pikodin, al tainas vaday, im hoye choshud, is arei tuveya nishba midevreim v'netel mashaton. However, hoyu shneim chshudim, if they're both choshud, so the shekenegdi also can't swear, is then chazr shvua l'mechuyev lo shua nitva, and then the din is mitech shen yochel lishav misham, like we said before. That be'etzim the din should be mitech. It's rather, the only thing is that they instituted that shekenegdi nishba v'netel. But if shekenegdi nishba v'netel can't happen, so it's chazr shvua l'mechuyev lo, and he is mitech shen yochel lishav misham. Now that's only talking about when we're dealing with a tainas vade, like a made of mixas or an eidachot. However, hoya choshet shemer, v'toan she'aved apikodnei nignav. He was a shemer, and lepel he's tiny there was aved apikodnei nishba a nignav, and lepel he's not able to swear because he's a choshet. Nachamol. Hoya choshet shemer, v'toan she'aved apikodnei nignav. So now the question is, let's say shekenegdi nishba v'netel. We say no, ain't shekenegdi yochel yishava v'litel. Sharei einiteni v'adi shochlei. So mele the din is that the shekenegdi is not a nishba v'netel. So what is the din? So the Ram doesn't touch you is clear, but the pashtus advarim is that the din is he's potter. Since there's no tainas v'adi kenegdi, so he's tackle normally supposed to swear. But lepel he can't swear, and on the other hand, there's no tainas vadi kenegdi, so therefore it remains that he doesn't pay and he doesn't swear. However, lefichach in toam bala pikodin ba'omar befonai sholach yodi beputeni a poshabei. So now the bala pikodin is tying a tainas vadi against the nifkad. So then the din is areya tiveya nishba b'takonas chacham v'netel. So now so it's chayzev v'ner this takonas chacham. That the tiveya is a nishba v'netel. So there's normally a pikodin, the tiveya wouldn't be a nishba v'netel because the tiveya can't be swear. He's the chatainas sofik. Masha'inkein when he has a tainas vaday, so then he could be a nishba v'netel. Now there's a chiddush over here because lepeil l'chura the din of sholach yodei is only a shvur derabbanan, whereas the shvur deiraisa of a pikodin is that it was nansa or whatever happened there, it was nignava. The fact that he was sholach yod b'pikodin would make him into a gazlan. But lepil, the first shaila is, was it taken nansa, was it nignava? And that's the shvuas Hashem. That's the shvuah that he's mechuyev min ha-teira. Just once he swears that shvuah, so megalgan lolav also the other shvuah that he was not sholach yod b'pikodin. Now lepil, the shvuah deiraisa which he has to swear as a shomer, he can't swear. And lepil mitzad that din, if there wouldn't be a tiveya of the bala pikodin, so the din should be that he's nifter, he's potter. There's he's ein yochel ishava, but on the other end he's potter because the shekenegdi doesn't have a tainas vaday. Now lepel, the tainas vaday of the shekenegdi is not really beneged the chiyuv shmira or beneged the fact that it was nignava or not nignava. It's a new taina. He's tying shalach yod b'pikodin, and he's not shalach yod b'pikodin. So when a person comes to someone and the person says, you owe me money because you were shalach yad, not because you were a shamer, you were a shalach yad. So l'chura in such a way, it's like a taina, you're a gazlan. And now, if that person says, I wasn't, so be'etzem, what kind of shvur is it? Is be'emes a shvur, not a shvur sashem, or l'chura is a shvur of a kefer hakel. It's a shvur of a kefer hakel. The shvur, if we're dealing only with the shvur of shalach yad, l'chura it's a shvur of a kefer hakel. And on that shvur, we're going to learn behemshech that a shvur's heses, we don't say that if you can't swear because you're a chashud, is shekeneg the nishba v'netel. Because in such a case, we don't say it's a takona takona. The whole din of the shvur is a drabanan, so we don't institute that it's shekeneg the nishba v'netel. So over here, lepeil lechura the shvur that the mafkid is money from the nifkad is lechura really a shvur, not really the shvur deiraisa, lechura, because the shvur deiraisa is nignava or nansa. and that shvua he can't swear. Now he's coming along and he's tying, no, shalach yod b'pikodin. So, but from this the din is that since he's tying shalach yod b'pikodin, and we're dealing with the pikodin, which be'etzem he has a chiyuv of a shvua deraisa, so therefore the din is that the shikanegdi, which is the mafkid, is nishba v'neitel. Halacha hey, nischayev hachoshud. So till now we learned if the choshud was mechuyev a shvua deraisa, so the din is shikanegdi nishba v'neitel. And if lepeil the shikanegdi is also a choshud, so then the din is chayzer shvua lemechuyev lo. Now we also learned that by Pikodin, the Ram doesn't say it clearly, but the Pashas Advarim by Pikodin, if there's a tainas vaday of the mafkid, so then again the din is that if the nifkar is a choshud, so then shekenegdi nishba v'neitel. Masha'enkin, if there's no tainas vaday of the mafkid, the mafkid doesn't know, so then the nifkar can't swear because he's a choshud, so then he doesn't have to pay. Now, halacha hey, nischayev ha'choshud shvua midivreim. Now, what happens if the choshud was nischayev ha'shvua midivreim, and so he's a choshud, he can't swear, and he has a chiyuv of a shvua derabbanan. So in that gufa, there could be a chilik in shvua derabbanan. There's a nishba v'noitel, and there's a nishba v'niftar. So azon, nischayev ha'choshud shvua midivreim. Is imhoyim and anishboim v'neitlim. So the din is any yochel ishav v'litel. So since he's a nishba v'neitel, so he can't be a nishba. El hanitva shekenegde yishava hases v'yipater. The other person, the nitva is claiming that he doesn't owe the money. So the din is that nitva is yishava hases v'yipater. The tiveya can't be a nishba v'neitel because he can't be a nishba. So maybe he's not a neitel. V'chein pegim shtori v'chol ki yitzabay shahoya choshud eshetoan halei v'shapare v'amar yishavali. Is again Hariyanitba Nishba Heses v'Yipatim and Ashtar. So in other words, when a person comes along and says that I have a star, and the star, you owe me money in the star, and Lepel he's moida that part of the star was paid. So Chacham instituted that Lepel, since he was paying shtori, so to get the rest of the star, he has to be a Nishba v'Neitel. But he has to be a Nishba v'Neitel. And then there's another din that when a person comes with a star, he wasn't paying shtori, and the loiva is tiny yishavali v'ashalim. No, first you swear and then I'll pay. So the din is that the Baal Ashtar has to swear in order to get the money from the loiva, Even though he has a star makuyim. But the loiva katayna yishavali v'tul. Now what happens if the Baal Ashtar is a choshut? So Memela, since he's a nishba v'noitel, the pale he can't be a nishba because he's a neitel. So therefore, a person that's a choshud cannot mon from the shtar, with the star, even though he has a star, because the pale is a choshud and he can't swear. That's what the Rambam is saying. So as we discussed this before, in nishba v'neitel, there's two types of nishba v'neitel. There's a nishba v'neitel where the chiddush is the neitel, that through a nishba he could be a neitel, and then there's a nishba v'neitel that the chiddush is that be'etzim that he has to be a nishba, because the pashtus should be that he should be a neitel. The chacham only instituted that he should also be a nishba. So on that, the Ravid is tining by pegim shtori, and al is when a person has a regular star and he's tining hishavali v'tul. Be'etzem he has a star, so memela be'etzem the leva owes him the money, and therefore he doesn't really have to swear. The Chacham instituted that he should swear before he takes it, but lepel he can't swear. So if he can't swear, so memela he could take without swearing. Not like the Ram. The Ram is saying that even in such a case where a person is a pegim shtori, and lepel, since the Chacham instituted that he should swear before he takes. Again, the ikra the din he should be able to take without swearing. The Chacham instituted that he should swear before he takes. So the Rambam is saying that since the Chacham instituted he should swear before he takes, and if he can't swear, so he doesn't take. Mashenka the Rabbit is telling no, the Chacham Taka instituted he should swear before he takes. But if he can't swear, so then it's chayzev in there, the regular din, that he owes him the money. He has a shtar which says that he owes the money. The B'chiyah Gavn, he'll be able to collect without a shtar. The Rambam says no, he won't be able to collect. And the nitva will be nishba shvuas heses, and that will be the end. Halacha vav, hoya hachoshud min al nishboin b'tayna sofik. The choshud was a nishba b'tayna sofik, so then ein a nishba lefishu choshud. In other words, you have the tayna sofik, where the shutvim or the arisim, when they're splitting up, so now one of the balabayis can tell the others, I want you to swear that you didn't steal anything. Or one shutiv can tell the other shutiv, I want you to swear that you didn't steal anything. And lepel, that shutiv can't swear because he's a choshud. So Mimela, since he's a choshud, so he doesn't have to swear. This takana the rabbanon, that you could man a shvua with a tiny suffix doesn't apply if that person is a chashud. The ein shekenegdi nishba, the person shekenegdi is not going to be nishba. Why? For two reasons. First of all, shalin is chayiv ze shvua menatera. The whole musig that shekenegdi should be a nishba v'neitel is only if be'etzim you have a chayiv shvua menatera, and lepel you can't swear as shvua menatera. So the chacham instituted that the shekenegdi should be a nishba v'neitel, like by hamid mikzas or by eidachot. Masha'inkan over here, the shutiv doesn't have a chiv shvua menatera. So if the shvua doesn't have a chiv shvua menatera, there's no din of shekenegdi nishba v'neitel. That's one reason. And also, also, the person is not tying a tainas vade, I know you owe me money. We're talking about, he's saying, maybe you owe me money. No, since, and lepel, that person is a chashud. So that person can't swear because he's a chashud. And the shekenegdi can't swear be noitel because, first of all, by a shvua d'Rabbanan, there's no din of shekenegdi nishba v'neitel. And also because he's a suffix, how can he swear? He's just saying, maybe that person was still. Halacha zayin. Now nischayev a choshed shvuas hesses. The choshed was nischayev. He was a nishba v'nifter, but a nishba v'nifter of a shvuas hesses. And lepeil he is a choshed. Is ein shekenegdi nishba v'neitel. Whereas shvuas hesses atzma takoni. The whole idea that you have to swear shvuas hesses with the takana. There wasn't like a takana on this takana that if he can't swear shvuas hesses, so then the shekenegdi will be nishba v'neitel. So when you have a chiyuv of a shvua d'Rabbanan and you cannot swear, so the din is you're potter. If you have a chiyuv of a shvua d'Rabbanan, a d'iraisa, you're a nishba v'nifter on the shvua d'iraisa, so then the din is that shekenegdi is nishba v'neitel. And if shekenegdi cannot swear, so then you have to pay because mitech shen yachol l'shav mishal. Mitech shen yachol l'shav mishal. Halacha ches. Now the emes is l'churit b'negea shvos heses. You could ask. The Rambam says, remember the Gemara says it, that the reason why you don't say shekenegdi nishba v'neitel is because you don't make a takana on a takana. The takana of a deraisa that you should be a nishba v'neitel, the gather of the takana was the nishba, not the neitel. As we said before, when a person is a choshed on a shvua d'iraisa, you have to say mitech. So what was the takana d'Rabbanan? The takana d'Rabbanan wasn't that the shekenegdi is noitel. The negdi would be noitel without a takana. The takana was that he should be a nishba v'neitel. Don't be noitel itself, be a nishba v'neitel. And if he can't swear, so he's a noitel without being a nishba. Mashenka by heses, when that person doesn't swear shvuas heses because he's a choshud, the emphasis by a shvuas heses, there's no din that you mitech shein yachol l'shav mishal. By shvuas heses, even if you don't want to swear, you don't have to pay. You're supposed to pay, but you're not yored l'nechosev. There's no din of mitech shein yachol l'shav mishal by shvuas heses. So if you're going to make a takana that shekenegdi should be nishba v'neitel, that takana is going to be different than the takana of shekenegdi nishba v'neitel by shvua d'iraisa. By shvua d'iraisa, the whole din of shekenegdi nishba v'neitel was only a chiddush and the nishba, not in the neitel. Mashenkin in the heses over there would be also a chiddush in the neitel. But I'll call upon, this is what it says in the Gemara. The Gemara says that b'negeya, if a person was in schayv shvuas heses and he can't swear because he's a choshud, so we don't say shekenegdi nishba v'neitel and nispot. Halacha ches. Mi sheneschayiv shvuas heses and v'hoya hativeya choshud. Now we learned before that a shvuas heses you can be mahapich the shvua on the tiveya. Again, Reuven is coming to Shimon. He's wanting by him $100. Now Shimon has to swear. Shimon is denying, owing the money. So the din is Shimon has to swear a shvuas heses. Now Shimon has a choice to tell Reuven, listen, I don't want to swear shvuas heses, but on the other hand, I don't want to not do what I'm supposed to do. So I'll turn it over and I'll say, listen, you swear a shvuas heses, and I'll give you the $100. I really have the right to swear and not give you. I don't want to swear. You swear and I'll give you. So that's a din that we learned before, that a shvuas heses, you can be mahapich, that it should be shekenegdi, it should be nishba v'neitel. Now what happens if the person that's the tivei is a choshut? So now Reuven is coming to Shimon and saying, you owe me $100. So Shimon really owes him a shvuas heses. Now Shimon is giving him a hapich on Reuven, but the lapel Reuven can't swear. Reuven can't swear. So Reuven is a choshut. So on that the Rambam is saying that b'chiyah gavni you can't be mahapichet, and then the shchiyah shvua is takachal on Shimon, and either he swears or he pays. There's like a shvuas esses in mechuyev to swear, and he doesn't want to swear, he's supposed to pay. Again, if he doesn't want to pay and he doesn't want to swear, so then there's a say that you have to put him into nidu, into shamta. But you're not yeridul l'chasa. But meikra the dinner, he has to either swear or pay. That's this din. Halacha ches. Mi shenischayev shvuas hesses. Now v'hoya hativeya choshet. So the din is eina nitva yochel lapech olav hashvua. Normally by shvuas hesses you could be mahapad the shvua to the tiveya, but when the tiveya is a choshet, ein hanitva yochel lapech olav hashvua. Shari ein ze yochel lishava, because lepel the tiveya can't swear. Ella, what's the din? Yishalim. Either the nitva pays, a yishava hesses, or he swears hesses. She'ein yishava hesses. Ein shema lazeh. We don't listen to this nitva. Litleis b'davar sheyavshes. Say, listen, you swear. He knows he can't swear. Varezik mishahavach shvuase ala kotten. She'ein shema lo yishava hesses a yishalim. Now, the case of a cotton, later on we're going to have that the Rambam is going to bring B'Shem Rabbeisov, that when a cotton is tiveya, there should be a shvuas hesses to a taina of a cotton. If a cotton is tiveya, there should be a shvuas hesses to a taina of a cotton. Now, if the din would be that you could be mahapich a shvua to a tiveya which can't swear, now a cotton certainly can't swear. So if the din is going to be that you could be mahapich a shvua to someone that can't swear, so the whole din that a cotton could burn a shvuas hesses wouldn't exist. Because lepel, when the cotton is going to come among the shvuas hesses, the nitva will say he shava v'tul, and the cotton can't swear. So mele, that'll be the end of it. There won't be any shvuah. So from that sarai, from that din, that the fact that there are those that hold that a cotton could burn a shvuas hesses is a raya that by a cotton you can't be mahapel the shvuah, because lepel, since the cotton can't swear, so that person that's mechuyev in the shvuah wouldn't be able to mahapel the shvuah to the cotton. So the Rambam is saying, and who had din over here? If the tivei is someone that's a choshet, so therefore he can't swear, so therefore you can't be mahapa the shvua to the tivei. Halacha tes. Mi shenischayev shvua ben menatei ben medivreim. And v'nishba, and v'notal. Lepeli was a nishba, and he was, let's say, a nishba v'netel, or he was a nishba v'niftar. And v'acher kach bo'ol of Edom shu choshet. That Edom came later on, after he was already a nishba, and they said Edom that he was a choshet when he swore. So the din is ein shvuase shenishba klum. So therefore the shvua that he originally swore was nothing. And therefore v'yesh lebaldinei lehitzim miyodei mashenotel. Now the baldin could be moitzim miyodei mashenotel, because lepel that person was a nishba v'netel, but lepel that shvua wasn't a real shvua, because a shvua of a choshet doesn't have a din of a shvua. So it's kilu he was a notel without a shvua, and he had no right to be a notel without a shvua. Or yishav is connected with yitul mimene. Let's say he was a nishba v'nifter. Let's say he was a maid of a mikzas and he was a nishba v'nifter. And now that we realize he was a chashud, so the din is really shekenegde is nishba v'netel. So now, even though he was a nishba v'nifter, but once we established that his nishba wasn't meaningful, so now the shekenegde could go ahead and be a nishba v'netel. Halacha yud le'elam kazed donon l'chashud achi yilke bebezin. The din that we learned till now, what's the din of a chashud, that a chashud can swear, that din he remains a chashud achi yilke bebezin. Now, Mhoyol of Edom, Shalok of Asa Tshuva, so then is Yachzel Kashrusei ben Le'edus ben L'shvua. Once Edom come and say that he received Malchus and he was also did Tshuva, so then he goes back and becomes kosher, Sai Le'edus and Sai L'shvua. Now it's not, in Hilchas Edom it's not so clear. Sometimes it says that Tshuva itself is enough. The Pashtus in certain things there's no din Malchus. There's certain Averes that there's a Chi of Malchus, but certain Averes there's no Chi of Malchus. If there's Chi of Malchus, how does it become Uis Choshed now? How does it become Uis Apostle Edus? So over there it has to be through Tshuva, through the fact that we saw he did something, which obviously shows that he's no longer doing that Averes. He stole money, and then later on he was Machzer Aveda b'Mamon Choshuv. So that shows that he did Tshuva. Then also, so l'chura, sometimes Tshuva helps without Malchus, if in the case where there's no din Malchus. If there's a Chi of Malchus, you have to get Malchus as well. Now, does Malchus help without Tshuva? So Babas in Hilchas Eidos it says, the Pashtus, once he got Malchus, Kim Nikla is le'achichohu. V'nikla achicho le'necha. We learn out that once he gets Malchus, so then he's considered achicha, then he's considered that he loses his status of being Pasul le'edos or le'shvua. So, but here the Rambam says, M'hoyol le'edim shaloka and v'asa tshuva. So the Mishnah says that in Hilchas Eidos that Pshat is Knows when the pashtus of the malchus is that he did tshuva, knows he received malchus, the pashtus is that he did tshuva. But if the malchus is clearly not doing tshuva, despite that he did the malchus, so then there has to be also an act of tshuva. It's not so clear. But I'll quote upon him here. It says malchus and tshuva. Sometimes it said tshuva without malchus, and sometimes it says malchus without tshuva. Allah Yudalf. Mi sheton al chaveri, and lepel v'kosher bei, he was kofer in this tviyah, and v'nishba bei mishuas hatera, bei mishuas heses, and then v'acharkav bo edim v'hido olav shal sheker nishba. So there's edim that he swore falsely. So the din is areza mishalom. So obviously he has to pay back because the edim are saying that he swore falsly. And also v'hurzik choshel ashvua, he swore on a shvua sapikodin. That's called the shvua sapikodin. Shvua sapikodin, not only a pikodin, any chiyuv mammon is called the shvua sapikodin. So now his hurzik shvua like pikodin. Ukvar b'yarnu b'shvua shekol hanishba al mammon chaverei v'aset tshuva is chayiv lehisav chemish. When a person is made that he was nishba la sheker, so besides the keren that he has to pay back, he also has to pay back. He has to also pay back a chemish. And B'emes there's also another din of Hasham Gzelis. And this din of Shvuah is lav davka Shvuah Bezdin. The Ram says ben Shvuah Shel Teira, ben Shel Heses. But the emphasis of a person stop even nishba chutz lebezdin. Person's money by someone money. That person swears that he doesn't owe him money. And Lepeil later on is made that he does owe him money. So the din is that he has to swear, he has to pay a chemish. Allah Yud Beis. Tane sheyeshli etzle chayv be'edim b'kinyan. He tainas that I have edim and a kinyan that you owe me money. Upel is not presenting the edim which saw the kinyan. In other words, when a person made a ma'aseh kinyan on his chayvus, so since a kinyan is l'ksiva emid, so you don't have an amonis to say paraiti. You don't have an amonis to say paraiti against the chayv which happened through a kinyan. Now tane sheyeshli etzle chayv be'edim b'kinyan. And Ba'amar, you're right, Kain Hoya, there was taka such a chayv, upreiticha, and I paid you back. And Lepel is never to say preiticha because he has a miga. He could have said there was never such a chayv. Eisha Amar, Eini chayv l'choklum. He didn't say it never happened. All he said was, Eini chayv l'choklum, I don't owe you anything. And V'nishban he swears. Either he swears that he paid, or he swears that he doesn't owe him any money. And V'charkach bo Eidi akinyan, or heitzi shtar v'niskayim. And therefore, right now, originally he said something and he swore, and as a result of that, he didn't have to pay. And Lepel now, we're coming along with Edim and a star, and therefore he has to pay. So Takar is a Mishalim. He has to pay because Lepel, he lost his Migui. And Lepel, we have Edim, which are saying that there was a Kinyan. Aber Ve'ini Choshid, he doesn't become a Choshid, even though before he was telling he doesn't have to pay, and now we're saying he has to pay. Sharei Lehi Idu Shali, they're not saying Edis that he never paid and that he lied. When he says any chayiv, he never said this never happened. All he said was that I don't owe you any money. So in other words, when a person is nitva that he owes money and he says he doesn't owe money, and lepel he's believed that he doesn't owe money, and then later on something happens, they bring Adam to prove that lepel he loses his belief that he doesn't owe money. So he loses his belief means he loses his chus amigui, but it's not that we know that he lied, and therefore even though now he has to pay, but on the other hand he doesn't become an established choshev.